JF Stretford Paddock, this is Paddock Live. Joining me as always is Mr. Joe Smith. Joe, how are we doing?
I'm good, how are you doing?
I'm alright, I'm even better because Lee Wald and Hastim Maliki, sorry if I've got those ones wrong, have just joined the academy.
Yes.
Thanks for becoming new members. We've got loads to get through. We're going to be talking about Ralf Rangnick, Tariq Lamptey. And hang on a minute, I can do this one.
Come on.
I pronounced it wrong earlier on today. Amadou Hadara.
They're all there.
Getting there. I'm sorry, I will get that right.
Yep.
Paul Pogba, Anthony Martial, Cristiano Ronaldo, all the boring
Loads
stuff.
to get through.
You know all them ones. We've got loads to get through. Get involved in the comments. Get involved in the chat. This is live. Give us a subscription if you're not doing already.
Well,
and what else should people do?
Well, just thinking, why have those two become members of the join the channel, Jay? Why do you think they have?
I don't know for certain, but I'm guessing that potentially they want a chance of winning some amazing prizes.
Look at this! The 12 Days of Paddock. Look, I love the snow every time.
Yeah.
The 12 Days of Paddock is back, and we will be giving away on the final day a Sony PlayStation 5. We're going to be giving away a prize a day from the 26th of December to the 6th of January. We will be giving away prizes culminating in a Sony PlayStation 5. Look at that. Right, these have been out for 18 months. You still can't get them.
Really?
We can get one here. All you have to do to be entered for every single prize is join the membership on Stretford Paddock. Click the join button below this video. Click join. Click your tier. You also get discounts on merch. You also get members-only exclusive content as well. And, of course, the entry into every single one of those prizes. We've got all sorts. We've got posters. We've got books. We've got merch. We've got tours of Old Trafford. We've got all sorts coming to the members. And, of course, the Sony PlayStation 5 as well. Click the join button to be entered. Right.
Sounds good, man. Seriously, you know, just what you want before Christmas as well, or around Christmas. Should say not before Christmas, after Christmas.
Yeah, let's say you spent all your money.
Got no money.
Yeah, and then you go, no, I love a
pledges,
PlayStation 5.
PlayStation 5, so can sit there, chill for the new year with PlayStation 5. And if I want to, you know, got a nice little fire going, if I want to get the fire going a little bit more, I can chuck Peter Schmeichel's autobiography on it. I'm only joking. I'm not into book burning. I'm not a Nazi. Right, shall we start?
Ralf Rangnick, despite some of your old tweets.
Yes. Ralf Rangnick. He's going to be in the dugout on Thursday, isn't he, Joe? Because obviously we're a well-run machine, this club. We're like something you can set your watch to. We never delay anything. It's always smooth, like the signing of Edinson Cavani. Get him in quickly, get him in for the Newcastle game. Like the process with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. You know, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, things are going wrong. Okay, let's move him on. Give ourselves the international break so we can bring in a new manager. That's how we roll, innit?
First of all,
yeah,
always lovely to speak to a Manchester United fan.
Okay,
so
thank you.
Especially around Christmas.
Yep.
I've got some bad news for you.
Yep.
He's not going to be in charge in the Arsenal game.
Right.
He might not even be in charge for the Crystal Palace game at the weekend.
Yeah.
We might have to wait till the 11th of December to see Ralf Rangnick as the manager of Manchester United. But and let's go into why, shall we? Go on, what you're going to say.
But the 11th of December is...
What was that, a bit of fluff?
Yeah. And now I've lost count. At least 12 days away.
It is, little
That's
Timmy.
Madness, Joseph.
It is. And
madness.
I'm sorry to have to say this to you, but do you know why it is? Because as far as, I guess, UEFA or the British government or whoever it is concerned, he hasn't proven himself to be a top football person.
Right. Just before you explain this to me, can I just say one thing?
Yep.
John Neild, the absolute legend, him and Alex Neild.
Yes.
Welcome to the first team. Thanks for joining. And if John does win it, because he's on the channel a lot and he enters the prize draw, it's not fixed. It's just, you know, it's equal to everyone.
You seem to be getting out in front of that a little
I'm
bit.
just saying, because some people,
It's
you know,
a fix.
Anyway, it's not.
No, it's not a fix. Random number generator.
Astro Sloth as well, welcome to the Academy.
Cheers,
Thanks for all your support, guys. Much appreciated.
Yeah. So let's read this. Time out of management is now counting against Rangnick as he and United wait for his work permit to be an FA, approved by an FA-appointed independent panel, as his recent lack of coaching means he does not meet the automatic criteria. Now, I think you have to have something like 2 of the last sort of 5 years in full-time coaching, something like that. We should have the details on there somewhere. Here you go, look. Holding a relevant coaching licence, the overall responsibility for a first-team squad, which he doesn't technically have by being the director of football, apparently. He has to have had, basically, he's only managed 11 months in the last 5 years.
Okay.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
It needs to be 2 years, I think, out of the last 5. And he hasn't got that. And apparently, being the director of football at RB Leipzig and RB Salzburg, or just the Red Bull group generally, doesn't mean that you're, you know, what's this? Relevant coaching license. He hasn't managed a top 5. He hasn't got responsibility for a first team, even though he sculpted and shaped and designed the whole strategy of a football organisation, not just even a club. That isn't enough, apparently.
I mean...
Which is fun, isn't it?
It is silly, but if them's the rules, them's the rules. Do you know what I mean? Like,
them's the stupid rules.
They might be stupid, but... And I'm the last person that'll defend post-Brexit regulations. Do you know what I mean? And all that sort of stuff. But they are the rules, and United surely must have known this.
Do you know
they must have had some idea, and if they haven't, then why not? Why have they not done the due diligence and said, right, okay, if we get him in, we are going to have to go through this process to get him in because these are the regulations, these are the rules. You think someone like Manchester United appointing the most important person or filling the most important position, arguably, at the football club, you would do all your checks and think, okay, if we're going to get him in, right, this is what's going to happen. Like, he's not done the, look at these regulations, so he's going to have to do this. And I just thought, it wouldn't surprise me they didn't know that.
I don't think they would have.
I think they've gone. It's like with Marcus Rowe. You remember we signed Marcus Rowe?
Yeah.
We signed him, and his work permit was taking ages. I remember being in those press conferences when Louis van Gaal was getting asked about him. Yeah. And part of the problem was that he'd actually had a court case in Argentina because he'd been fighting with his neighbour or something. Yeah. And they didn't know this until they signed him. Someone in the office, and when I say the office, like probably the ticket office or something, Googled it and went,
he's in court next week.
In court next week in Argentina. Like, well, you just fly here and play against, Brighton or whatever. I'm like, no, hang on a minute. All right, we're going to have to delay his work permit. And it smacks a little bit of that.
Do you know the old points-based immigration system?
Yeah.
How does he stack up on that?
On the old points-based immigration system, what are you bringing to this country?
Yeah.
What qualifications have you got?
What have you
Are you
done?
going to be claiming any benefits during your time
You know what?
here?
If gardening leave counts, I won't put it past the Glazers to sack him 3 months into a 6-month stint. He's on benefits.
I mean, just when I was giving the club a bit of credit, and I don't give the club credit very often, I was saying, okay, Ralf Rangnick kind of makes sense. It's not a managerial appointment where I'm going, oh, these next 6 months or 24 weeks are going to be amazing. But the fact that he was moving to a consultancy role with all that experience, where he built, I won't say dynasties, that's a bit of an overstep, but he built well-structured clubs. Yeah. It made me think, okay, that makes sense. It's a sensible move. Maybe we just need a bit of sensibility, sensibleness right now, rather than madness that we've had or chaos. Kind of makes sense. And then you look at it and you go, actually, there's still that United thing going on.
Because we're eating into those 24 weeks now.
Where it's like, oh, actually, we've appointed him, but he might be here. Oh, he's not going to be here on Thursday. Oh, he might be here for Palace. Oh, actually, he might not be. And the problem is now, you've got these games coming up, not the Arsenal game, but afterwards, which are winnable games. Very winnable. So you'd want him to be there for Palace. Palace at home is a nice, soft fixture for you. I know they've done well. They've done well at Old Trafford over the last few years. But that is a game you'd expect to win. Yeah. Get him in, for these games, and it's going to be like, no, you're going to have Michael Carrick in, and then you're going to have the change from the Carrick system to Rangnick. And like you were saying before, how is that going to affect the sort of the team? Is Rangnick telling Carrick what to do? Is he going, that's your team, fair enough, bro. If you want to pick that team, that's all right. I just wouldn't pick that one.
Are we starting? Ooh, no,
that's not a move I would have made,
But,
what
was that about?
Just because I'm going to be your boss in a few weeks, don't listen to me. Yeah. Or it's
don't
just
let me upset the apple cart.
It's stupid. Just getting a couple of the comments, and I've got more members as well. Jamie Usher, do you guys feel like Big Ralphie boy will take a liking to Tuanzebe? He's young and quick, which can help with the high line, a bit like Upamecano, potentially.
Maybe, yeah. Is he fit? I don't know the current situation.
He is. I think he was on the bench for the recent game, ironically, against Crystal Palace for Villa. I think when I checked, because I know obviously Steven Gerrard's gone in there now. They've got a new manager. Tuanzebe's, I don't know, he's been in and out of the team, I think, at Villa. I don't think he's always started. They've obviously had problems. They lost 6 on the spin, didn't they, before Gerrard came in? And obviously before that, it was the game against us, I think, they won, which he couldn't play, obviously. So he's not. He's been a bit of a patchy spell there. Not like his previous spell. I know that was in the Championship, but when he went there and absolutely tore it up, it's been a bit more difficult this time round. And you do feel like, certainly in terms of his United future, this is his make or break season. Yeah. I think if it doesn't work out for him at Villa this season, I don't see him coming back to Old Trafford next season and getting another chance. I might be wrong, and I hope I am, because I like Axel Tuanzebe. I think he won the Young Player of the Year a few years ago, very talented young defender. We saw what he did in Paris against the likes of Mbappe and Neymar. He's obviously naturally very talented. It's just, is he physically fit enough? And I hate saying that about players, because often it's something they can't do much about. No. But there are question marks around his fitness, and I don't mean his fitness in terms of looking after himself. I mean just injuries and stuff. Jack, welcome to the academy. Thanks for your support. Charged Words, welcome to the academy as well. Good luck with the prize draw that we spoke about earlier. What do you make of this, Joe? The whole Ralf Rangnick, and I will get in some of the other comments as well because I know there's quite a lot of people commenting.
What I would say is I don't necessarily blame United for not knowing the full ins and outs of hiring a manager that hasn't really managed recently. Like I don't expect Ed Woodward to know that.
Right. Sorry, Adam Patterson's in the chat.
Is it? He can turn up for some things, can he?
Yeah. Did you get the right email
missed
about
his
that?
own graduation today because he didn't check his emails. And that's someone who's working for ITV. Channel 3. Do you check your emails? Sometimes.
But it's all up here.
I don't need email.
Most of it is.
All email is.
You've got 2 computers. I don't even know what you use them for.
Yes.
Adam Patterson's commented, under strengths, you've put gegenpressing.
Under weaknesses, you just put inability to move to England. Can I do the job over Zoom? A lot of people have been working from home recently. Maybe Rangnick can just work from Germany.
Right, the first training session is going to be Michael Carrick
holding
with the laptop going, right, lads.
Did you ever watch Robot Wars?
Do you
know when they introduced RefBot?
Can you see him?
I'm imagining a RefBot, which is just a big robot with his face on it going round.
Yeah.
Gegenbot. Gegenbot patrols the training ground. Gegenbot has tripped over at the doorway. Gegenbot has been weed on by some players who don't like it.
Shouting through a laptop. Luke!
He's ignoring him.
Luke!
Like eight different screens all the way around it. 360 Bart. So who knows? He can't come in the country, but we still love him anyway, don't we?
Can I ask you a question?
Go on.
Well, other than the one
Can I
just
shock
asked
you?
Can I shock you? Do you think there's an element? I mean, I'm part of the problem because I've done it myself.
I agree.
That we are getting a little bit overly giddy about this guy. We don't know a lot about what he's going to do. Because everyone's hyped, and I'm one of them, so don't judge me because I'm being a bit hypocritical with that question. But is there any part of you that's worried that this guy, we don't really know? Like, do you know what I mean?
Since, when was it? January last year when we were top.
Yeah.
Or January this year we were top.
Yeah.
There hasn't been many days of being optimistic as a Man United fan. Right. This is one of them.
Yeah, okay.
Newcastle at home, Ronaldo's first game, was one of them.
Optimism.
We're signing Ronaldo in the first place, optimism.
Optimism.
This season we haven't had much of it.
No.
Do not.
I'm asking.
Do not take away the optimism of Man United fans right now. And do you know what he brings? And I've said this before, this isn't just a football thing, this is the world. The world's favourite thing, and it's not drive-through, it's not Starbucks, it is potential. That's the world's favourite thing. That's why we say children of the future. That's why transfer season is the most watched, most paid attention to part of the year, because people like potential. And before he's actually done anything, the potential for him is infinite, isn't it? And I think as soon as he starts and we start losing, he's fucked.
As well, Jamie Usher in your super chat, I don't think I gave enough attention to the fact you called him Ralphie Boy. Ralphie Boy.
Do you like that?
Yeah. Ralphie Boy. Good to see you.
Like he works in the back of a pizza shop.
Yeah.
Hey, Ralphie Boy! Where's that mozzarella?
Gareth Canning says Chong's back at United recovering from injury, apparently.
Thank you.
Because someone was asking about Chong, he was at Birmingham. He was doing really well, but yeah, he had a bit of a knock, didn't he, which was a shame because he was flying there. Yeah, so it is frustrating.
One thing I like about his name, do you know, I know some people struggle to spell it to start with. It's very easy, Rangnick.
Yeah, Rangnick.
Do you want to know, speaking of nicks,
Go on.
one thing you won't get nicked by this Christmas is Manscaped.
Nice, that is elite, and I mean that.
Bring out the
Elite
graphics.
graphic, yeah.
Bring out the graphics.
See, proper on the ball there.
We're ready to go.
Yeah.
We're ready to go.
Yeah.
Graphics. Manscaped are this year's must-have gift at Christmas, Jay. And our listeners can get 20% off using the code Paddock Live. You also get free shipping. Tell me a bit more about Manscaped, Jay. First of all, I'm saying it, but what is it?
Well,
I'm sweating so much.
Manscaped
Come on.
has got everything, right? It's got the full 4.0 signature lawnmower trademark technology, yeah? So you get a performance package 4.0. So what you're getting with that is you're getting a lawnmower 4.0, yeah?
What does that do, Jay?
It trims your testicular area.
Thank you. That's what we wanted to get to.
It's never been trimmed before.
Yeah.
Factual.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. You've also got, so you've got the electric trimmer. It's got proprietary, and I love saying that word because I always get it right.
Yeah.
Advanced skin-safe technology to reduce cuts on your nuts.
Yes.
Yeah. It's waterproof.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to go out in the rain and use it naked in your garden.
On the drive.
Yeah. You can do. That's not a problem. So you've got that. You've also got the crop preserver and crop reviver.
Fantastic.
So that's anti-chafing, ball deodorant and moisturiser. Not to mention toner as well. So you want a bit of toner down there, don't you?
Yeah, like a little deodorant, a little moisturise down there.
Hygiene bundle will also come with a pair of Manscaped anti-chafing boxers.
Fantastic.
That's the perfect wrapping for your Christmas presents.
Did you know,
Do you understand what I'm saying now?
Oh, yeah, my bollocks.
Yes.
Did you know that over 4 million men use Manscaped, Jay? That's as many men as there are in certain parts of England.
Like,
you know,
the south.
Yeah, or the northwest.
Or Wales.
Yeah. That's
That part of
probably
England.
roughly the northwest.
Yeah.
4 million people in the
What, in the northwest?
Yeah, something like that.
How many's in Manchester?
1 and a bit.
Really? Best ones, though.
Best one's easy. But yeah,
Of the
make sure
Northwest.
to use Manscaped. The Performance Package 4.0 is fantastic.
So,
I use it all the time.
20% off and free shipping. And do you know what? We was getting something online before, weren't we? I don't need to know what it is.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
something-
from a very well-renowned furniture company.
Yeah, I'm not going to say which one it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be Swedish, it might not be.
How much was shipping, Jay?
It was about 30% of the item.
What?
Of the item.
Tell them the fee!
Well,
Shipping was about 30 quid.
30 quid.
But with Manscaped,
Yeah.
it's 20% off and free shipping.
Free shipping.
Using the code Paddock Live. The link is in the description. Click on it. You know what? It sorts you a gift out this Christmas. It sorts you out. Your brother needs a gift. You want to treat yourself. Get it for your missus.
Yeah, you're treating her
Yeah.
while doing what you're doing to yourself. Yeah? And it says here, clean up your nuts and make Santa proud
Clean
this
up
year.
your nuts.
What?
Can't say
What
that.
are you doing here?
Something else.
Right.
Manscaped.com. Link in the description. Let's
Thank
move
you.
on, Jay.
I think we should.
Jesus Christ, that could have been all over.
Thanks to Manscaped as well for their support on this channel.
Oh, here he is.
Someone's guest.
Speaking of Christmas surprises this year.
Roberto Mancini, wildcard candidate for United job. Now, me and my mate, Steve Black, were talking about this in the Stretford end about 2 months ago when the wheels were coming off for Ollie. It might have been at half-time during the 5-0, to be fair.
Okay.
And we're saying, like, this isn't working out, is it? This isn't going to have a happy ending.
Which 5-0?
You know, that one that shall not be named, like Voldemort.
Very good.
And he's through this in, he said, what do you reckon, Mancini? And I was like, because obviously it's the City thing straight away, innit? Yeah. City. But then you think about it, right? And you made this very good point, and I didn't even consider this. I thought, first thing I thought was he's won the Premier League, yeah? And he's won the FA Cup, yeah? So 2 big trophies, especially the Premier League one, you think, okay, good stuff. Recently, he's won the Euros, yeah?
I think they were undefeated in like 36 games.
And he's won it in a way where you can go, that's good management. He's not won it where you go, oh, they got a bit lucky. I know it was penalties, but, you know, there was several games where you thought, okay, yeah, his management here.
And he didn't have the best team.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You can look at it and go, okay, he seems to have evolved as a manager, even from the time when he was, you know, obviously when he left City, things were a bit ropey, weren't they? So it kind of makes sense, and I think if you can get past the City connection, it's not that the worst idea in the world. And you pointed out something, didn't you, about when he won the Premier League that I almost forgot, and that's the fact that he did it against Fergie.
Yeah.
Pellegrini winning the Premier League is one thing. Even Pep winning it is another one, because Klopp, they've never won it against Sir Alex Ferguson in this country, or in the Premier League, sorry. Yeah, he did that.
Yeah.
He did that, and Fergie, you know, had a very good team, was, you know, sort of not at the peak of his powers, but obviously.
What, a year after getting to the Champions League final and winning the league?
Yeah, and you know, in a year after that, Fergie won it again, so it wasn't like he was done.
We'd won 3 in a row at that point, hadn't we?
So Mancini sort of.
He's obviously a good manager.
You know, has something to offer. It's just that City thing, and whether you can say, oh, he's a bit of a City reject, would it go for him? And also, there is that element of, you know, just because you have won the Premier League doesn't mean you're an amazing coach. Pellegrini won the Premier League and then hasn't really done great afterwards. Yeah. But I think Mancini does kind of make a lot of sense. Aaron Agnew, welcome to the academy. What do you reckon? Would you have him?
Me?
Yep.
He wouldn't be near the top of my list. They're also on the cusp of taking Italy like out of the World Cup, not out of the World Cup, but out of World Cup qualifying.
Yeah. Is it between them? It's either them or Portugal, isn't it?
Well, there's a couple others in there, but
yeah,
they're
sorry,
the two. One of them is out.
Yeah, they can't make it. So there's no Ronnie or there's no.
Yeah. So it's all well and good winning the Euros, and that is good. But then if you follow that up by not even qualifying for a World Cup that is taking place about 18 months later, it's hardly the most sort of glowing CV overall, is it? And I think he's a good manager. Does he suit the style of play that we're presumably leaning towards if Rangnick's going to be, a consultant and play a major part in reshaping the club? I don't know. Not that I've seen necessarily. I can see why he's being linked because he's a good manager and he's, I wouldn't say available, but, kind of skating on thin ice at the minute. But for me, he wouldn't be near the top. And
also,
he's a City manager, isn't he?
It is slightly worrying that you waited to see if he's going to fail to give him a job.
Yeah, because we only take failures.
Yeah, because if he succeeds, he won't be available. Which is basically what we're saying, isn't it? If he succeeds at Italy, they get to the World Cup, which is obviously in winter. He's not going to be available in the summer, so we're hoping he fails.
That's an interesting concept, isn't it? What a paradigm we live in, Jay.
It is.
We only like failures because that's the only way we can get them.
Yeah.
If Poch wins the Champions League with PSG, he probably ain't going to leave. But if he fails at PSG,
yeah, we're like fingers crossed for a bit of failure.
Are we the first? Do you know when you see like on like a cartoon, someone runs over a cliff and then they're sort of grabbing at like bits of outcrops of rock and like a little tree that's... Are we one of those?
Yeah.
Are we the sort of a tree on the side of a cliff that successful managers are falling off? Because it kind of
feels a
like
little
that,
bit
doesn't
like that, doesn't it?
Let's just get him
we
on the way
can't get
down.
a manager in at the moment because he's not been managing for 5 years or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So he's having to wait.
Because he's actually, when you think about it, Ralf Rangnick isn't a football manager, is he?
That's the problem we've got with his work permit. He's not technically a football manager.
What? I've not thought about that.
He does other stuff.
Don't
worry
this
about
bloke
it.
you want to be the manager of the biggest team in the world? Yeah. You know he's not actually a football manager. Yeah. Excuse me, can I just... Right, looking at your page.
He's managed teams in the past.
Ah, in
Do you
the
know
80s.
what I mean? It's like,
Scary, isn't it?
yeah. If you sleep with a sheep, you'll always be a sheepshanger.
To me. That's so nice of you. Thanks, Jay. You know what? Thank you. Because it's
Not you personally.
Oh.
I mean, one.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's what you'll be labelled for the rest of your life.
And thank God.
Yeah, rightly so.
Yeah.
So I think we've cleared that one up. Smash a like, hit that like button, get involved in the comments, let us know what you think about Roberto Mancini. I'm going to get into some of the comments, see what people are saying about that. Ian Madlena says they did him wrong at City, full stop.
True.
Dan says, no, Mancini, no. Ian Madlena also says, can't hate the man, so he's obviously a bit of a fan. Mark N says, no to Mancini.
Do you think United fans would adopt his moniker that the City fans used to call him?
What's that?
Bob Mank.
Bobby Mank?
Yeah.
No.
Have you not heard that
Do you know, yeah, now you remind me. I hate it when we, or fans in general, I don't mean United fans, nick other chants from other clubs and change it to ours. Yeah?
Join, become a
Do you know what I
member. Chance to win a PS5.
What is that little United Old Trafford thing on the end?
Stadium tour.
Stadium tour. Stadium tour.
It's a Ladium's tour.
Stadium tour.
A stadium tour.
Hey?
Yeah.
Did I tell you, do you get to watch behind the scenes match as well when you go on stadium tour?
No, that's just you.
I was just me that got to see that game when I went on a tour and watched
You're
Donny van de
funny,
Beek.
aren't
and
you?
all that.
Actually, they might.
Yeah,
So,
you never know. Hey.
become a member for a chance to win.
Terry Lee Murphy is becoming a member. He's an Academy member. Welcome, Terry. Thanks for your support.
What's next, Jay?
What is next? Can I just say, Nikos P says, Mancini, shite.
Love the insight and analysis, Nikos. Ralf Rangnick targets 33 million Haidara. Ralf Rangnick is targeting a £33 million midfielder, Amadou Haidara, to implement his pressing style at Manchester United. What do you know about Amadou Haidara? What country is he from?
Mali.
Marley and me.
Mali and me. Used to be at Salzburg. He's now at Leipzig. 23 years old, I think. Valued at 33 million, as you can see. People say he's a DM, but some argue he's more of an 8.
I love this.
Do you know what I mean? So it's where you stand on where is he really an 8? Is he a DM? Can he fit into that role? I think he's a good player. Don't know loads about him, I'll admit that. But could be the answer. And I rate Ralphie Boy, as I'm going to start calling him, because I quite like that one. His eye for young talent. He's got a track record. He's got pedigree, hasn't he? For spotting the Dale Upamecano's, the Erling Haalands, the Sadio Manes of this world. And maybe he's spotted another one in your man there.
I'm so proud of you. You know,
Thank you, brother.
You knew every single piece of that. That was really good. Yeah, he looks like a good player. Again, not someone I know a lot about. Did a bit of research on him last night. Watched a few videos.
Yep.
Read a few articles. Looks
Do you know
promising.
what you just said, that's all right.
Yeah.
You don't have to pretend to know everything.
No, of course.
Oh, don't know. We've been linked with him, so I had a look.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of the internet. You can do that now.
Who he reminds me of? His
on.
play style.
Go on.
And this might worry a few people. Fred. but he's better. He's got a better shot on him, better finish on him. But he's good dribbler.
Yeah.
Very tenacious.
Yep.
Good. Yeah, likes getting a tackle in.
Yeah.
Carries the ball pretty well.
Yeah.
Fred's not quite so good at that. But that sort of is a very all energy, stomping around.
Yeah.
High tackling, pressing midfielder. I'm sure he's got qualities that are very different to Fred's. Probably a better dribbler than Fred. It looked to be a much better finisher of the ball and passer than Fred, but a similar kind of tenacity to him.
Yeah.
And I think, pressing and that kind of thing, that's what Fred's good at, isn't it?
Do you know what as well?
But again, he's not necessarily like a 6 deep lying player, neither is Fred really at his best.
No, he isn't. That's a slight worry. But looking at it, and you think of it in January, are we going to give Ralphie boy a massive war chest? Probably not.
No.
33 million, it's doable, you think? If you're thinking, if we don't spend this money, there's a chance we won't make top 4, which could cost us 100 million, or you spend this money and you give yourself a massive advantage in that top 4 race, I think they'll go for it.
Yeah.
And I also think you need to give the manager a little bit of backing. You can't say, come in and you just stuck with what you got. And he's saying, listen, I need a midfielder. No. So I think this kind of all makes sense as well. And it sounds like someone he would know about, obviously, with his Leipzig connections. Suraf Mukherjee in the Super Chat says, who do you think misses out under him, given we're carrying some passengers along with? Also, where do you think United will finish come end of May?
The who do you think will miss out? I'm not like I refuse to answer it, but it's so broad and I don't know. I just don't know is my answer to that question.
Fair enough.
Like Ronaldo seems to be an obvious one, but then it's Ronaldo, so it can't be. And Fred seems. Look at the pressing charts for United. Fred's at the top. Pogba surprisingly second. But just because you have pressed before doesn't mean the other players who are now being told to press won't now press more effectively than you.
Yeah.
Just because Fred naturally presses doesn't mean, for instance, I don't know, Donny van der Beek or McTominay couldn't now press better than him when they're actually being taught how.
Yeah.
Fred has a natural sort of affinity for it, but doesn't necessarily mean his first name on the team sheet. It's too much. I don't know his answer, and I'm just looking forward to finding out.
Fair enough. Tor Hashem, welcome to the first team. Thank you for your support. I think I did this. Terry Lee Murphy 11, welcome to the academy. Jason Not Mexican, welcome to the academy as well. Thanks for all your support, guys. Much appreciated. Suresh Atavale says some guys reporting that Ralphie boy, or Ralph as this lad's calling him, arrived in England.
Yes.
I mean, he can arrive here, can't he? He can come to the country.
You tell me.
He just can't work.
These bloody laws, mate.
Hey, laws.
Brexit and that.
All the laws, hey. You Brexit and
I'm
that.
still standing by it. Just
What?
get him on the fucking touchline.
Just
he's just on holiday. We're just letting him see the stadium.
I've just been told that the Manchester Evening News said he will be at the game on Thursday, just not in the dugout.
Why does it matter which seat he's sat in? There is no law that a human being that isn't employed by Man United can't sit in that seat, but they can sit in that seat 6 rows further back.
Michael Carrick should stand up during the game, go over to where Ralph sat, Ralph boy, and say, right, just going to do a bit of a, mate, what do you think we should do? Joe, Ralph, all right, mate, what do you reckon we should do?
Yeah.
All right, everyone, good ideas, yeah.
Very good stuff.
Okay, yeah. Right, sat there and just,
Yeah. I don't think there's any rule against that.
No.
Every seat in Old Trafford is just as open to the public as any other.
Yeah,
Except,
and you're allowed to shout.
Yeah.
Hey, start pressing.
Paper aeroplanes with tactics written.
Yeah, hey, Gegen pressing and all that. Do a bit of that. Yeah.
Off his head. Gegen bastard.
Hey, fucking
More that wine.
bring fucking Matic on now and just fucking stop everything.
Pull his shorts down. Fucking idiot.
Imagine if he came in and got levered.
I'd love that. If he's in the ground, you might get an interview out of him. That'd be good. Not us, but we might see one.
We might do. We could linger around afterwards and ask him.
Get him on a fan
Hiya, Ralph. We could tell him we work for the club.
Yeah.
He won't know.
No, by the time we find out, it's too late. We've already nicked his wallet then. What's next?
Tariq Lamptey.
Hello.
Now, this kid's good, innit? He is. And it says there, Man United interested in Lamptey. The 21-year-old's form has now attracted interest from Manchester United, according to Spanish media outlet Fajages. Fajages?
I was waiting for that.
Fajages.
I saw it written down there.
I wonder what you're getting a little bit cheeky about there.
Sorry, Jay.
But Albion would be reluctant to sell.
The thing is, you almost always say them right. It's your tentativeness towards saying it that is humorous.
It is. I mean, this kind of makes sense to me, but I don't know if there's any fire to this smoke.
No.
I think it's people going... Do you remember in like the summer where people going, Basuma?
Yeah.
United are going to get Basuma. Well, what's told you that? Who's told you that? Where's your source? Has anyone actually from the club told you that? No. Any scouts? No. Are United scouting him? Not really. He's on a list with everyone else.
Yeah.
Okay. Has he said anything? Has his agent said anything? Has Brighton said anything? No. It's just what fans are saying.
Yeah.
And it feels like people are going, Wan-Bissaka's having a stinker, Lamptey's having a stormer. Brighton are essentially a selling club. You could get players from him. They're not going to say, well, we're not giving you Lamptey for 40 million or whatever. So it does make sense. And I think, you know, if you do what I have, an attacking fullback, he would fit the bill. My only main reservation with this, other than the fact it might be nonsense, is I think Ethan Laird does have a future at Manchester United.
Yeah.
And I think the fact that you've got Wan-Bissaka, who's what, 22, 23. Ethan Laird, I think, is 20, 21. Do you need another young right back to come in? Yeah. I think you could get away potentially with Wan-Bissaka, give him to the end of the season, if he sorts his life out, great. If not, Laird comes in the summer. When I say life, I don't mean actual life, I mean football. His footballing life. Laird comes in the summer. I mean, yes, you might say, well, we can't afford to wait for that, we need it now. But I don't know. I don't know if United are going to go on a spending spree in January. Maybe we bring in the kid from Leipzig, the midfielder, Adara, but I don't know if we buy Lamptey. I'm not so sure.
I reckon, like you said, we're not going to spend 80 million in the winter. And maybe it won't be 80 million, but you said, you're going to be looking at 30, 40 for him.
Yeah,
30, another 33.
Brighton,
60, 70, 80 million.
Brighton are doing all right, aren't they? Yeah. They're in, I think, the top 8 or whatever.
And everyone costs 30 million.
Yeah. Anyone who's half decent nowadays costs 30 million.
Under 30.
Yeah, that is the sort of starting price for anyone under 30 at Premier League level. Yeah. Who's not,
if they're going to a big club, it's around 30 million. So
100. Yeah. So you could potentially end up spending. I mean, it's not beyond the realms of possibility. You're spending Wan-Bissaka money on him.
Yeah. No.
Brighton could say, well, 50 million. That's what you play for Wan-Bissaka, and he's better. Yeah. We want that for him. So
I don't think that's going to happen. And if I had to prioritise a position to sign a player in, it would be midfield over right back. I know that Wan-Bissaka's got his limitations, but he's not terrible, and we do have a real problem in midfield at the moment.
Do you know what it is? I just feel at the minute like the whole defence is just all over the gaff.
Yeah.
It just feels like so disorganised. You saw it even against Chelsea. It was the one where, was it Rudiger, I think, was in our box, and Martin had a shot over or someone.
Well, the 96th minute.
Yeah, it was like just on his own completely, and you think, how has that happened? Then there's just every game. There's another one. You think, what's going on there? Like the Watford game was a prime example. Where it's like, why is no one closing him down? Why is no one picking him up?
The Leicester game.
Leicester game.
And what was the other one? Where we got the draw at home at Old Trafford, and the ball got played out to him, and is like free open after a corner.
Everton was that?
Was it Everton? Yeah, and they just like got the ball with no one in front of him, 15 yards out.
Yeah,
it's just all over
so
the place.
Frequent this season. Yeah. It is startling.
And that can be coached out of them. Because
you
we
look
see
at
teams with worse players than we've got who concede less goals than us.
Like if you look at Tuchel, what he did at Chelsea, they were, under Lampard, they were shipping goals. He's come in there, made them the most.
Locked them up immediately.
Yeah, like just sorted them out with the same players, basically. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then going back years, the reason, I know this sounds like so small time, but the reason a lot of managers like Sam Allardyce, for example, can go into a club that's struggling and get results is because he can tighten out the defence, sort out the defence, doesn't buy loads of players, comes in and gets them back to basics, gets them keeping the lines tight, just defending like they should do. And they start picking up points. And I think you need a bit of that now. You need to come in and get these guys going back to the drawing board.
I saw a stat today, and I think it was Liverpool and Chelsea. Liverpool's expected goals conceded and Chelsea's put together is less than United's this season.
Right.
That's hideous, isn't it? That's just terrible.
We're just
so
giving goals away. Do you know what I mean? We get, and look, if you look at some of the goals we've given away, they are just absolute
garbage.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, that was an amazing piece of skill as he skipped past loads of players and rifled it in from 30 yards. He was completely unmarked, giving a cross to his mate who was completely unmarked, who's had a tap in from 5 yards.
Even last season, do you remember the amount of times when the ball would just get crossed from one side and whoever it was, whether it was the winger or the fullback, arriving at the back post, would just have free shots over and over and over. The Brighton game was a good example.
Yeah.
Wan-Bissaka last season.
Five times on it.
Luke Shaw couldn't block a cross. Wan-Bissaka couldn't be with his man. Yeah. So I think we need to be coached better defensively before we necessarily are certain that we need a new right back. But I wouldn't be unhappy with that. I just don't think it's necessarily the priority for January.
Ryan R says Transfermarkt lists Lamptey at 18 million. That seems way wrong though. Double that maybe.
Like Greenwood on there is like 30 or something.
Mason Greenwood.
I don't know if it is exactly that.
Yeah, I wouldn't go for. I think you're right. Doubling that, Ryan R, seems about right, bro. I think you've nailed that one.
I agree.
Should we move on to?
Yes.
Do you know we've not spoken about for ages?
Paul Pogba.
Paul.
Are we actually talking about Pogba?
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Jesus Christ. I think we'll still talk about him after he's left.
Yeah, I will. Yeah. I do even. I think that's nailed on. Yeah. PSG enter the race to sign Paul Pogba. Paris Saint-Germain president Nasser Al-Khelaifi met with Paul Pogba in France recently, sparking rumours of a potential summer move to League One. I think that's like almost his destiny. Sorry, like
it seems to be there or Juve, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean. It says here, look, you can see a little bit more on that. Money is not an issue for PSG, and they have made a recent habit of snapping up top players on a free with their ability to offer top contracts. Ramos, Messi, Donnarumma, etc. Pogba's contract is set to expire in the summer. His exit appears even more likely. Yeah, I don't know. There's always like question marks around certain finances at certain clubs. Everyone seems to be a bit skint, other than the likes of your Chelseas, your Cities, your Paris Saint-Germains. They're the ones that just money's no object. And obviously, Pogba going back to France, Paris Saint-Germain, got some stars there. It does feel like Galacticos area there, doesn't it? Yeah. Even more so than normal. And I think that this kind of fits into that ethos.
Their team is going to be insane. And I don't mean in a good way if they get him. Obviously, I do mean in a good way as well. But have you seen like the clips and the footage of like Messi, Mbappe and Neymar just like... When PSG ain't got the ball. And the ball's like going like 2 yards away from Neymar. Just like, just walking about. And they put so much pressure on the midfield. Yeah. And now you put Pogba into that midfield, who obviously is more industrious than those three, but isn't exactly the... I wouldn't put in the top 5 of his attributes as being disciplined. Do you know what I mean? He likes to do his own thing. Yeah. So I can't imagine that being particularly successful. But, you know, if he's free, then why wouldn't they try and get him? But I'm almost at the... Let's just wait and see. I can't be asked to talk about it anymore with Pogba. That's where I'm at.
Fair enough. Get involved in the comments. Let us know what you think. Big shout out to Ellis Barnes as well, who's making me laugh here in my WhatsApp. Good David Harper says, just get rid of Pogba. Club's most expensive player. What a joke. Cosmic Nihilist, innit? Nihilist, that's how you pronounce that. Said, failed Galacticos, lol. To be fair, I mean, if they win the Champions League this season, which they could do.
And also, the actual Galacticos didn't win that much.
Was the Champions League win sort of not quite Galacticos?
No, they didn't.
Because I mean, you had a discussion and you were like, no, it wasn't quite. And what they did with the Galacticos, didn't they like sell Makalele and bring in like the likes of Beckham and that? And it was just like, hang on a minute, you've took the guy out of the midfield that we need, and now we haven't got someone to do that job, and we're not able to win all the trophies that you wanted us to. It was just madness. Someone else is saying probably not Juve. Darren Sheehan says Juve are going to get relegated.
Not unless they start match fixing again.
David Harper says, thanks for saying my name correctly, Jay. Anytime. Shall we move on? Because I think we've had enough talking about Paul Pogba
as a player.
Yeah,
but
I know, it's not a dig at him,
is so draining after 5 years.
5 years, bro. I remember in 2011, people were going, he won't go to Juve, you know. He'll stay. Now, you know, he's just won the FA Youth Cup. Fergie wants him to stay, he'll stay. No, he's got Juve, he's going, he don't want to stay, Fergie don't get on with his agent. And now, 10 years later, we're still talking about Paul Pogba's future. It's just tiring, yo.
Yeah.
Martial on Barcelona's lists of targets. Mundo Deportivo say Barca are looking to strengthen their front line after Aguero's heart condition forced him to retire, and Martial is now a target. The thing with Martial is normally you look at it and you go, Barcelona ain't going to come in for a player that scored 4 league goals last season. Don't be stupid. But this is probably the worst Barcelona team
sign any old shit
in my lifetime.
Yeah.
And their front line, obviously Aguero's got his health issues there. He might not be able to continue. Usman Dembele's just made of glass. Memphis Depay's probably their main man.
He's not even made of glass. He's made of Pringles in a storm.
Yeah.
He's just nothing.
And you remember Wheeling with him?
Oh, we keep being linked with him.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
Yeah, glass would be a decent.
Yeah, that's
Windows are made of glass. They don't break all the time.
Do you know what I mean? It's just that is not a good idea. No matter how talented he is, you can't rely on him. No. It'd be worse than Cavani, and I like Cavani, but he misses a lot of games. Yeah. Dembele would make him look reliable in terms of injuries. It doesn't surprise me because Martial is a talented player.
Yeah.
He's an exciting player, and I think he could go to Spain and flourish. He's 25? It's not like he's done. No. I think he's just had a bit of a difficult spell. Personally, I'm not so confident he has got a future United, but we don't know. Ralf Rangnick may come in and go, Martial's the man for me. I like what he does.
Yeah, I don't see that personally.
No, I don't.
But like I said before, I don't know is the answer. So yeah, if it potentially could. If he doesn't know, if he just likes him as much as the last couple of managers have liked him, I do think he'll probably leave at the end of the season, Martial. And Barcelona would make some sense because they're still a team with massive sort of cachet and, you know, still a huge name, but they sign players.
There was talk of him going for City's Ferran Torres, wasn't there?
Yeah.
But apparently City want about 70 million for him, which Barcelona was skinned.
And also, on what planet has Ferran Torres justified being worth any more than 20 million? Because he got 2 goals in a game a few weeks ago, and he doesn't play otherwise.
It's his Spanish thing, and he plays games for Spain. I mean, I know, I'm not saying he's worth 70 million.
He's not shit. It's shit that he's been touted for 70 million.
I think that might just be like, oh yeah, 70 million.
Yeah,
and it's like, well, we'll give you 30. Okay then, yeah. Chris, welcome to the Academy. Thanks for your support. Some people, you see, Aquila Rosa says, Tony Martial played awesome for a season and had other glimpses of brilliance. I wish he could maintain the top levels. He could be a United legend if he did. He could be. And I'm not, I've said this a million times, I'm not giving up on Tony Martial. I just think we have to be realistic. This season, he needed to recover from last season, and he hasn't. He's had 1 league goal, is it? Or 1 goal, I think, all season. Yeah. Admittedly, he's not had loads of chances, but if he doesn't start doing it soon, you're going to look at it and go, this isn't working out anymore.
1 20-goal season in 5 years isn't enough for you to justify playing him week in, week out when he's simply not scoring anymore.
No. And also, if you look at the level, the performances against Everton, I thought he did okay. And then, was it the game recently, Villarreal?
Yeah.
All right. Do you know
Relatively
what I mean?
Yeah,
I think you've got to be like, I think you're at that stage where if last season was a 20-goal season, you look at the Villarreal game, whatever, and you go, that's fine. Yeah. But because it was a 4-goal season or in the Premier League and whatever it was, all competitions about 8 or whatever, you need more from him in each game to just sort of silence the critics, to prove himself he still wants to be here and he's got it in him. I don't know, I just don't think it'll have a happy ending. Danny Shields in the Super Chat says, only got in late, so throw in a Super Chat before I rewind to the start.
Yes, man, thank you.
Like and subscribe, bring on 700k and beyond. Up the Rangnick rookies.
Love that.
There you go. Fergie's fledglings, Busby's babes, and Rangnick's rookies.
I like that.
Sounds like it could make sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Right, what else have we got? Jadon Sancho. Yeah? Cavani backs Sancho to reach new heights.
Like that.
Yep. The Uruguay hitman provided his full support for his young colleague and spoke eloquently about the situation. It feels like, I don't know, within a week, Jadon Sancho's just shut up everyone, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Who was doubting him. Because at first there was the Villarreal game, and then there was the Chelsea game as well, where he scored 2 good goals and obviously played well. You can see what Cavani's saying there. I think he just needs to keep demonstrating everything he's shown us up to now. Keep working calmly. The only thing that can make you enjoy success and able to keep your standards high is the peace of mind that hard work gives you.
Ooh,
yeah?
Philosophy.
Shut up.
No, I agree with him.
I'm only joking. He's right.
I agree with him.
Yeah.
He's a good lad.
I like Cavani. I like his sort of the way he seems to care about the younger players. We saw it Mason Greenwood, didn't he, when he kicked off in Europe and he was having none of it.
And then on the other side, you can see him out on like in a forest somewhere, blowing some sort of like flute to attract animals and then shooting them. Do you know what I mean? He's got that like hunter kind of philosopher type feel to him, hasn't he? I like that.
Why did we wait so long to buy Edison Cavani?
We should have got him from Napoli 6 years ago, whatever it was. But yeah, Sancho, like you said, he's kind of shut people up, hasn't he? I know it's only 2 goals, but his performances had been building before that. These are 2. That's the thing. Sometimes you say, oh, lucky win or lucky this, lucky that. This season, when United were winning, we weren't playing well, so we never really got much credit for the wins. Like we beat Wolves, but it was never, oh, see that performance against Wolves, that was good.
Yeah.
Because we played poorly. Whereas with Sancho, it's the opposite. Even though he wasn't scoring, his performances were slowly getting better and better and better. You went, oh, he was good today, wasn't he? And you go, well, he didn't get a goal, but he was good. So now when the goals come as well, everyone's going, great, he's playing really well and he's getting goals, exactly what we wanted to see.
Yeah, 100%. And it's, this is the thing, people get too reactionary and you look at it and you think, oh, it's like the wheels have come off and all that. But I think most United fans have been pretty sort of calm about it. Yeah. No one's really gotten. I think sometimes the press or rival fans make more out of it than United fans do. Or you get the odd people on Twitter who've got like 5 different accounts and they've all got like one follower who tweet things, and then people go, look at this United fan slagging him off, and it's like, that's not really the case when you scratch beneath the surface.
No.
So, yeah, I think it's all good for Jadon Sancho, and I like Cavani's attitude around it all as well, and it's good to have an experienced player like that around the youngsters. I just wish he was available for games more, because it's like, you know, like Roy Keane said, you can't hang your hat on him. You know, he played well against Spurs, and he's out again. Yeah. And it's just frustrating because he's such a good player. Right, shall we move on to the final story, or one of the last stories?
Yes, we should.
Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo, disputing Ballon d'Or organiser.
Like
nonsense.
Ballon d'Or beef.
Ballon d'Or beef.
Beef.
Ballon d'Or.
That's when you
door
trap
beef.
your beef in the door,
beef.
Isn't it? And someone gets it on the other side.
Beef. Curtains.
That's a different thing.
Right, okay. Ballon d'Or beef, which is this. This is arguably one of the most nonsensical stories, if you can say the word nonsensical, stories ever. And it's just, I can't be bothered. What do you make of all this?
Just an adult man falling out with another adult man on social media, isn't it?
What do you make of the whole Ballon d'Or thing?
I don't give a shit.
About, you
know... Messi won it, has he? Oh, he's one of the best players ever, won an award that deep down no one gives a fuck about. Yes, he has. And everyone's saying Lewandowski should have won it. Just because he should have won it last year doesn't mean you get it for free the year after. He got less goals and assists than Messi. All he won was a league, or whatever it was in Germany, with a team that wins the league every single season. Fuck off. Stop pretending to care about the Ballon d'Or. You don't. Oh, Ronaldo's finished outside the top 3 for the first time. I mean, who gives a fuck? Who cares? He's falling out with someone because they said he wanted more Ballon d'Ors than Messi, but he don't, and who gives a shit? Oh, I don't care. Shut up! Forget about the Ballon d'Or. It doesn't matter. It does not matter who's got more balls on a stone. Look at that. Fuck off.
Yeah.
What do you think? You love it, don't you?
The Ballon d'Or?
We should have painted the back of your head gold and you could have turned around.
I could have turned up at Ronnie's house and said,
sick of it.
You might not have won the Ballon d'Or, but you've won this instead.
Oh, were you only the second best footballer in the world as decided by some journalist that no one's ever heard of? Like some journalists. It doesn't matter. If you're in the top 5 or top 10 or top 100 for the Ballon d'Or, you're doing all right for yourself. You're probably earning 10 million quid a year at least. It's fine. Don't go on about it. And the fact people on Twitter care about it so much is mind-boggling.
And also, some of the voting is insane.
I'm going to be sick.
It's mental. I love that, by the way, what you said.
Thank you.
But, like, you get people voting for players and you think, what were you sniffing when you made that vote?
It's just...
Right? I'll give you an example.
Come on.
Right, here's an example.
Hit me.
2005.
Oh, yeah,
right?
year?
You remember that year for United, don't you?
It wasn't
Not a
good
vintage year by any stretch of the imagination. I think we finished 3rd for like the first time probably ever in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Lost the FA Cup final. The Scousers won the Champions League. Chelsea won the Premier League. Arsenal beat us in the FA Cup final and penalties. It was horrible, right? Yet, even then, right, people were voting, not many, 2 people voted for Ronaldo for the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
Like, that was insane.
He wasn't even that good.
No, he wasn't. No. He wasn't even guaranteed to start for United. No. And yet, he was getting votes. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's just ridiculous. You'll always get votes you don't agree with. And when you scratch the surface, it doesn't really matter that much. It only matters the fact that United have had 4 Ballon d'Or winners and City have had none.
Yeah, that matters.
That matters.
But also,
that's important.
Look at this trophy we're talking about here. Luka Modric won it the other year. What?
Yeah.
Well, he basically got the cumulative Croatia did pretty well and aren't Real Madrid good award. Yeah. That's what he got. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Like, he didn't deserve to win it then. And who cares whether Messi deserved to win it now? Probably. The funniest thing is, Messi probably did deserve to win it. Yeah. That's the stupidest thing.
And it's like some of the arguments I've seen it, and we love Henry Winter, and he's been on this channel loads of times. He's a great guy. And he was saying, like, Jorginho should have won it because he won, I think it was Henry Winter. Forgive me, I'm getting that wrong, Henry. But he was like, oh, because he won the Euros and the Champions League. Well, that's not how it works, is it? No. Do you know what I mean?
But on the other hand...
Otherwise, Varane would win it.
Let him have it then.
Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Just let him have it. I don't care.
Like, it's not as important as it's being made out, and all this outrage. Let me ask you a question, everyone that's outraged, that thinks Lewandowski should have won it over Messi. How many Lewandowski's games did you watch last season? And how many Messi did you watch? Or like me, did you just watch some in the Champions League and the odd, like, El Clasico or whatever? Yeah. Like, 8 games in total. And it's like, oh, I know for a fact.
Because look how many goals he scored.
That player was better than that because, I've looked on this piece of paper with some numbers on it. Yeah. Come on, man. Come on. bigger fish to fry in life than.
What is the biggest fish ever fried? Do you think anyone's ever fried a shark, a full shark?
A whole shark?
Yeah.
Or just.
What is the biggest fish? Sunfish.
Yeah, we can Google it.
I believe the biggest fish
Go
by weight will be the sunfish. I think they can go to like 5,000 pounds.
Right, it says here whale shark because it's classed
shit.
as a fish.
Shit, man.
Yeah,
How much
not a
do they
mammal.
weigh? How much do they weigh though? Is that length or are we talking weight?
It says here the word. Hang on a minute. Now it's just taking me to some other thing. Right, hang on a minute. List of largest fish. Let's
Love
go.
this.
Right, so whale shark
Yeah.
weighs 21.5.
Yeah, that's
maximum mass in tons, right?
That's big.
Length 18.8 meters.
I should be so
Yeah?
lucky.
So that's like, if you think about a 25-meter swimming pool length, just a bit shorter than that.
Yeah. And you couldn't have done that in your own head.
Do you know what I
Or
mean?
if you think about an Olympic swimming pool, it's just less than half.
Yeah.
Or if you think about a stretch of tarmac that is exactly 21.5 metres away, it's exactly the same as that.
So you've got that, right? Then the next one is the basking shark.
Oh, I forgot
then
about
you've
that.
got the
Carol
third
Baskin.
one. Yeah, exactly. Named after Carol Baskin, actually, from Tiger King fame. Then you've got great white shark, and that's named after
Some of the great whites in history, you know.
like Einstein and you know Shakespeare and that.
Yeah.
Then you've got the tiger shark,
Shakespeare Gavari's
which is
full
named
name was.
actually because they brought out the basking shark. Someone went, "Well, not having that," so we're having a Tiger King shark, right? So
right.
that's evened it up, hasn't it?
So there you go, the
Yeah.
biggest fish. So when they say, if you ever see someone who has recently fried a whale shark, you cannot say to them, by definition, oh, well, there's bigger fish to fry.
Yeah.
Because that is the biggest.
Yeah.
So if someone tries and fails to fry a basking shark, a whale shark, bigger fish to fry anyway.
It's like if someone's on the Titanic, you can't, and it's going down, you can't say, worst things happen at sea.
Yeah. They don't.
No, they don't, because I'm at sea.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make any sense.
Yes.
So well said. Big T Guitars, welcome to the first team. Thanks to you for your support. Danny Shields says, even FIFA cut ties with the Ballon d'Or because of how set Blatter is. There you go, so that's, you know, even worse. I was just looking for something there. Forgive me, someone mentioned Robbo. Whoever it was that mentioned Robbo, and I can't find your comment in the conversation. Oh, there it is. Tyler Farnfield says, Jay, what's all this Ballon d'Or talk? What about Robbo's new film? I need to watch it. I've not watched it yet. I know, forgive me, that is sacrilege. But I will watch it this weekend probably because you need to see that, the Robbo film. I've heard great things about it. Obviously, you can't really go wrong if you're doing a film about Brian Robson, can you?
No.
Because he's just the GOAT. 12 Days of Paddock.
Yes.
Let everyone know.
Make sure to become a member for a chance to win one of 12 gifts starting on the 26th of December, going all the way through to the 6th of January, culminating in a Sony PlayStation 5 to be given away to one of our members at random. If you want to become a member, you also get extra videos and a discount on merch. Click the join button and you can become a member. Thank you as well to Manscaped for sponsoring the show.
Check out the link in the description. You get 20% off and free shipping.
Yes.
Manscaped.com. So
Your
make sure you check them
balls.
out. Your balls will thank you this Christmas. Joe, it's been a pleasure as always.
Absolute pleasure
my
tonight,
friend.
Jay.
And I think we've covered everything from the biggest fish,
The
to
whale shark.
The whale shark, yes, not the basking shark or the tiger shark.
Do you want to know a quick little fact?
Love them.
The
yeah.
killer whale,
Yeah.
probably the best predator in the sea,
Yeah.
isn't actually a whale, it's a dolphin.
Oh, do you know what?
Thank you.
They've sold out the dolphins there, haven't they?
Yeah.
Because they could have had the killer dolphin.
I know.
Like, you know what?
Yeah.
Starting some shit, mate. Killer dolphin on your.
And the hunting pods as well,
Yeah,
which is sensational.
there's loads of them, right? Do you know what I mean? Like, they're like, yeah, man, we're in the sea, we're rolling 6 man deep.
That's what they say.
On that bombshell, make sure you're subscribing to the channel as well. Let's get to 700,000 subscribers
on!
by the end of the season. I'll be back in the morning outside Old Trafford with the news, where hopefully it'll be a bit brighter than it is. Make sure you're going and following him, Joe Smith 93 on your socials. You know where to find me, Jay Morty. This has been Paddock Live. Thanks for watching.